If you've ever stared blankly at a website builder and wondered if launching your business online might actually cause you to spontaneously combust, See You on the Internet by Avery Swartz is the warm, witty hug you didn't know you needed. This book doesn't just explain the nuts and bolts of building a digital presence. It walks alongside you like a tech-savvy best friend who promises, "You've got this," while handing you a coffee and a reliable Wi-Fi signal. Avery Swartz, a Canadian tech entrepreneur and consultant, wrote this book for small business owners, solo entrepreneurs, and non-techie dreamers who need to show up online without getting tangled in the cables of jargon and digital overwhelm. In a world that increasingly asks, "What's your website?" before it asks your name, this guide is more relevant than ever. This is not a tale of billion-dollar startups or digital empires. It's a love letter to people who want to share their talents with the world and need a clear, kind path to do it online. Now let's unpack this book in flowing, friendly, detailed paragraphs. Chapter 1: The Digital Doorway, Why You Need to Be Online. Avery kicks things off with the obvious but often overlooked fact: the internet isn't just a nice-to-have, it's the front door to your business. Imagine trying to run a bakery without a physical shop or an open sign. That's what it's like to run a business today without an online presence. People won't even know you exist. But instead of intimidating her readers with a checklist of to-dos, Avery reassures us that you don't need to build the next Amazon. You just need to show up, authentically, intentionally, and yes, imperfectly. Whether you're an artist, therapist, dog walker, or candlestick maker, being online is your ticket to credibility and connection. The beauty here is that she doesn't assume you're a digital native who dreams in code. She talks like a neighbor leaning over the fence with helpful tips and real-world examples. Her message: don't fear the web, embrace it like your business depends on it. Because it does. Chapter 2: Your Website, Home Base in a Wild, Wild Web. If your business is a house, your website is the sturdy little cottage on the digital prairie. It's yours. Social media might be flashier, but websites are where the magic of ownership and branding truly happens. Avery argues persuasively that a good website doesn't need to be expensive or complicated. It just needs to answer 3 essential questions. Who are you? What do you do? And how can people contact you? With that foundation, she takes you through the logistics: buying a domain, spoiler, don't overthink it, choosing a platform like Squarespace or WordPress, and understanding how to structure pages so they make sense to both human eyes and Google's algorithmic brain. But she's not just focused on functionality. Avery understands design, and she knows your site should reflect your brand's vibe. A yoga studio site shouldn't look like a tax accountant's. Fonts, colors, photos, all of it matters. But it doesn't have to be expensive. You just need consistency and clarity. Chapter 3: Content is King, Queen, and Royal Dog. If websites are homes, content is the furniture that makes people want to stay. Avery takes a deep dive into what your website should say, and more importantly, how it should make people feel. She explains that writing for the web isn't about stuffing keywords like a Thanksgiving turkey. It's about clarity, empathy, and storytelling. The best websites speak directly to their ideal audience. They say, "I see you. I get you. Here's how I can help." Avery encourages readers to think deeply about what their audience needs and then create copy that meets that need with generosity and charm. She also makes a strong case for simplicity. Clear beats clever every time. Your homepage isn't the place for your philosophical musings or that poem you wrote in college. Keep it crisp. Keep it relevant. And while we're at it, blogs, should you have one? Avery gives the classic answer: it depends. If you have time and energy to keep it up, blogs can boost SEO and show your expertise. But if the thought of writing monthly posts gives you hives, skip it. Your website, your rules. Chapter 4: Email Marketing, the Unsung Hero of Digital. While the rest of the world is chasing TikTok fame, Avery quietly leads us back to one of the most powerful tools in the digital arsenal: email. Yes, email. The old faithful. The digital equivalent of a handwritten note, but scalable. Avery argues that a solid email list is gold. These are people who have chosen to hear from you. That's like striking oil in a world of banner ads and ad blockers. She walks through how to start a list, MailChimp, ConvertKit, etc., create opt-in forms, and think strategically about newsletters. But again, no pressure to be a marketing wizard. Just write like a human. Be helpful, be honest, and don't oversend. Avery's tone here is like, you don't need to shout. Just speak kindly and people will listen. She also reminds us that people forget websites, but they rarely forget a thoughtful email. And unlike social media platforms that change their rules on a whim, your email list is something you own. So nurture it like a bonsai tree. Chapter 5, Social Media, Party with a Purpose. Now we enter the chaotic but necessary world of social media. Avery does not sugarcoat the reality. It's noisy, exhausting, and constantly changing. But, she adds, it's also where people hang out. And if you want to meet them where they are, you'll need to show up too. The trick, she says, is to choose wisely. You don't need to be everywhere. Pick the platform your audience uses most and go there. Are you targeting professionals? LinkedIn is your lounge. Selling candles to college students? Hello, Instagram. Avery's advice is to show up consistently, but not constantly. Schedule your posts, reuse your content, and above all, engage. Social media is social. Don't just post and ghost. Comment, respond, and interact. Be a human, not a robot in a trench coat pretending to be a marketer. She's particularly fond of using stories, photos, and behind-the-scenes content to bring your brand to life. People don't connect with logos, they connect with faces, stories, and vulnerability. And if your dog photobombs your Zoom call, even better. Chapter 6, SEO, Taming the Search Beast. Avery approaches SEO, search engine optimization, like someone helping you through your first haunted house. It sounds scary, but once you understand where the ghosts are hiding, meta descriptions, alt text, page speed, you realize it's just a lot of logic and planning. She strips away the myths and tells you what actually matters: relevant keywords, clean page structure, mobile responsiveness, and regularly updated content. She advises against shady shortcuts like keyword stuffing or buying backlinks. Google's smarter than that now. Instead, she advocates for what she calls honest SEO. Make content for real humans, and Google will catch on. And if you feel overwhelmed, hire a freelancer or agency for a tune-up, but don't feel like you need to become an SEO wizard overnight. Chapter 7, Online Shops and Selling Without Feeling Slimy. For those selling products or services, Avery opens up the world of e-commerce with clarity and care. You don't have to become the next Etsy superstar, but you do need to make it easy for people to buy from you. She breaks down platforms like Shopify, Squarespace Commerce, and Etsy itself, helping you understand the pros and cons of each. But she also talks about the psychology of online selling, how to write great product descriptions, display images that sell, and remove friction from the buying process. And if you're offering services rather than goods, she's got you covered. Online booking systems, clear pricing, testimonials, all of it matters. People want ease and transparency, not mystery, and forms that disappear into the void. Chapter 8, Analytics, Numbers with Feelings. By now, the reader has built a website, started an email list, dipped a toe into social media, and maybe even sold a candle or two. Time to talk numbers, but don't worry, Avery's still holding your hand. Analytics, she argues, are not just numbers. They're stories. They tell you what people love, where they click, what makes them leave. And once you learn to read those stories via Google Analytics, email open rates, or social engagement, you can improve your digital home without guesswork. She also emphasizes that more traffic isn't always better. 10 loyal readers who buy from you beat 100 who bounce after 3 seconds. The goal isn't fame, it's connection. And data helps you do that better. Final thoughts, kindness wins online, too. See You on the Internet is not just a manual. It's a manifesto for showing up online with purpose and personality. Avery Swartz doesn't want you to become a digital guru. She just wants you to be brave, be kind, and be visible. Her secret sauce is empathy. She knows that going online can feel like stepping onto a stage in your underwear. But she's been there, she's coached others through it, and she believes in the quiet power of showing up anyway. What makes this book so special is that it doesn't assume you have a marketing budget the size of a cruise ship. It assumes you're a person, possibly working from your kitchen table, who has something beautiful to offer. And it offers the tools, reassurance, and gentle humor to help you do just that. So whether you're launching your first website or just trying to update your About page without falling into an existential crisis, This book will remind you, you belong online. Not someday, now. And yes, we will see you on the internet.